Namaste dosto and welcome back. In this video, we'll set up our solution structure using a layered architecture, also known as clean architecture, which is ideal for large scalable ASP.NET Core application. So, instead of dumping everything in one project, we'll separate our concerns into three layers: the core, infrastructure and API. So, let's see what we are up to. So, the core will contain the business logic and interfaces, infrastructure will contain the data access and repositories, and finally the API will be the application's entry point. Okay, so let's begin by creating the solution and projects, and I am preferring .NET CLI, command line interface, and I will tell you why later. Right, so now dosto, if you hang around till the end, there will be a bonus gift for you. That bonus gift will be, how to use automation tools such as batch file or PowerShell scripts to automate the whole process of what I am doing in this video. So please go through the entire video, and at the end there will be a surprise for you. So you will be able to automate the whole process. Let's create the new solution. Now I'll switch over to Windows Explorer. So this is my project folder. I'm working directly on OneDrive. Okay, even before putting it to the GitHub repository, just for the sake of not losing anything, so that it will be backed up in cloud. So let's open in terminal. Now on this terminal, I'll just paste what I have in my clipboard. .NET New Solution, Collab PM system. You can give it any other name, collaborative for project management system, or simply my PM system, or whatever suits you. So let's see, the template solution file was created successfully. Beautiful, I already have a solution. Now if you'd like, you have the choice of opening it in Visual Studio Community version 2022, which I also have, and then keep on doing adding the other projects like what I just going to show you. The other two projects are core project, which has got this command that I will be creating. I will be using .NET CLI, but you can create a class library project and add it to the solution. Okay, the choice is yours, but if you would like to follow me, then I will be doing this. Okay, so let me get back to the Windows Explorer, and I already have this, so I will issue this command. So I paste this command. This is on my clipboard again. .NET New class lib collab PM system.core, and output will be on source collaborative PM system.core. Let's see what happens. Click on enter. The template class library was created successfully, and the restoration was also done. Processing post creation actions were also done. So I didn't have a source folder or SRC. It was automatically created by the process, and here if you double click on the source, you already have the collab PM system.core. So what is the next step? Next step is to include this core project, and so I already have this core project also created, and I have got the solution. So I will add the core project to the solution. Okay, so that is the command. This is the command .NET solution at src /collab PM system.core. This is the full path, or you can say the relative path related to where my cursor lies. My command line is on this. This is the root folder, project management system in ASP.NET, and within that after that there is a VS project folder, also subfolder, and then I have added this .NET solution. Okay, so now it will create that solution, that project, that collab project management system core project, it will be added to the solution. Let's see. So project, this source collabtmsystem.core, collabtmsystem.core.cs project added to the solution. So what we have achieved so far, we have created a new solution. We have added we have created a core project with a class library, and we have added the core project to the solution. So the next step is, let's go to our slideshow. So I have added this. I have issued these two commands. First command created a class library with the core project, and then this class library project was added to the .NET solution. Thirdly, I'll create an infrastructure project. So again, this is the new class library, and the name will be collabtmsystem.infrastructure, and output will be on this directory structure. Okay, so I will issue that command and hit enter. Now it comes up with a problem. So we'll sort it out. What the problem is? Here, invalid option. collabtmsystem.infrastructure is not a valid option. Okay. So guys, I can see a typo over here. This space is illegal. So it has to be up against the front slash. So now I will correct this. So now I have corrected my command. You have to be very careful about these typos. Don't worry, it will happen, and this time it will be successfully done. The template class library was created successfully. So the next line will be to add this infrastructure project to the solution, and then reference this infrastructure project will reference the core project. So I have done up to this, add the infrastructure project successfully, and then I will add this infrastructure project to the solution. Okay, and after that I will add reference of the infrastructure project to the core project. Okay, so these are the steps that are due next. So I'll open the terminal again. So this, I added this command, .NET solution add source collabtmsystem.infrastructure. Now there is no gap, no white space between the front slash and the next word. Okay, so it should happen. Okay, the infrastructure project was added to the solution. Now I will, in a minute, just wait, I will inspect everything on the Windows Explorer where it was created, and then we will add the reference of this infrastructure project. I mean, we add the core project that we have created earlier on this infrastructure project. So that was this command which I just showed on the slideshow, again for your reference. So here, add reference of the infrastructure project. .NET add source collabtmsystem.infrastructure / collabtmsystem.infrastructure.cs project references this core project. So this is what I just wrote on the terminal window. So .NET add source, this is the relative path of the infrastructure project, and it references the core project. Okay, you can all do it in Visual Studio very easily, but because I am sticking to the .NET CLI, I am doing it on .NET CLI. But you feel free to do it all on the Visual Studio by adding the right clicking on the Solution Explorer. That also I will show after I have done it through .NET CLI, how to add the reference of a internal project within a solution to another project. Could not find project or directory. Okay, so there is some other problem. Again, there is, despite my best effort, I have created a mistake. Like there is white space again here. So I have to clear that white space. You can see after removing the typo, I have been able to successfully add this reference added to the project. Reference of this core project to the infrastructure project and added successfully. Now finally we will create the web API project and add it to the solution and add both the other projects, the core project and infrastructure project, as reference to the web API project. Okay. So later on, after I have done it successfully, I will show you how to create a batch file or a PowerShell file where you can just execute everything as an automated single command. Okay. Just quickly, step 4, add a web API project. Use this command, .web API and collab.tmsystem.api. This is the output directory here. And the solution, I am adding this project. And in the next slide, I will show add web API project references. Now, add, then again web API project reference is the collab.tmsystem.core project, as well as here it references the infrastructure. But .NET head command has to go there. Alright. So getting back to our terminal window here. So web API project was also created successfully. And then let us add this project to the solution. So you can see that this API project was added to the solution. Okay, and then I will add the project references of the two other projects that I have created, the core project and the infrastructure project, the web API project. As I just told you in the previous slide, these are the project references. So I have to issue these commands one by one or in conjunction. It's a good idea to issue these commands one by one. But you can, if you are confident, you can paste the whole passage on the terminal and execute this in one go. Let's first try to clear this window. Alright, so we've got a lot of space now. So let's paste another round of code. So .NET solution add this, and this part is already done with. If I am correct, I correctly remember. So I'll add reference parts here. Okay, so this project, web API project, references the core project. Now here also there is a mistake. So I have to. Alright, and let's run this. Enter. So reference added to the project. Reference of core project added to the web API project. And finally, the last thing remaining is that we have to add the infrastructure project also as a reference to the web API project, for which the code is. Alright. So here now the API references the infrastructure project. Everything is okay to add the references. Right. Now you can give it a .NET build command. You can open it from the Visual Studio solution and then build. Let me build it from here because I am doing everything on CLI command line interface. So why not build it also? Try to build it from the command line. .NET build. So you can see build succeeded in 10.7 seconds. So all these three projects were successfully built. Now we are in a safe position to go to the Visual Studio. Alright, so let's get back to our good old our Windows Explorer, and double click here to open the collaborative project management solution. It is open. Here it is open. So onto the Solution Explorer. Now I've got already 3 projects. Now to double click, you can see that this API project includes both the core project and the infrastructure project, and infrastructure project includes the reference for the core project too, and this is the core project. It doesn't carry any references. Alright, and all are in .NET 9 framework. Okay. Now, before finishing, as I promised, I will show you how I can work and automate the whole process using the PowerShell script, by running a PowerShell script, or also by running a batch file in Windows operating system. Now friends, before moving on to this batch file operation and the PowerShell, I would like to inspect the source folder. This source folder was automatically created by command. It was not existing, but it was created by our command, CLI, and these 3 folders are also created, and they are nicely actually locating our infrastructure project and the core project and the web API project. So it's all done through command line. Isn't it amazing? But when I show you the operation through the batch file and PowerShell, you'll really love it, because everything will be automated in one step and it will save so much of your time. Okay. Now, dosto, as I told you in the beginning, somewhere in the start, that there will be bonus. So I have created this setup collaboration collab PEM system. This is a Windows batch file, and this is a PowerShell script. So I will run these 2 one by one, and so show you, to explain and to show you how everything is automated in just one command or one hit to the enter button. So what I will do is I will right click and open it in terminal. So you can see that Windows PowerShell. Now Windows PowerShell is very flexible and very powerful. So I can run each of these files. This is the Windows batch file and PowerShell script. They are doing the same thing, but one by one I will show. So before that, I have already actually deleted all my source folder that I have created by running all these commands one by one manually and explaining in the entire video. Now we'll do it in the automated way. So guys, first the turn of the batch files. All you have to do is to issue this command. Everything is automated. Everything is happening one by one. And not only that, Visual Studio will also open. Just in a jiffy, everything is created within a few seconds. Isn't it wonderful to run this batch file, to create this batch file and run it, so that all the solution will be created, all 3 source projects will be added, and all the references are also there. So if you click onto this API project, you still see the core project and the infrastructure project dependencies, and in the infrastructure project you have this dependency on the core project. Wow, wonderful, isn't it? And it's all created in .NET 9. So, and now I will delete everything and I will run the this PowerShell script to do the same thing. The choice is yours. You can go ahead with either of the 2 scripts. One is Windows batch file, another is Windows PowerShell script. They do the same thing. Now for the PowerShell script, let me first delete all the stuff. So everything is in clear slate. So again, now I'll be running this PowerShell script. This is the turn of the PowerShell script to run. I've already demonstrated by running the Windows batch file and cleared everything to run this PowerShell script. So again, open in terminal will open the PowerShell automatically. You don't have to worry. Now the command for this to be run in the PowerShell mode is So you can see PowerShell execution policy bypass. Now this is for bypassing some known PowerShell scripts, because this is already tested. There's no harm in running this. And execution policy, if I keep it, then it will have to be digitally signed, which is another process which is out of scope here. So let me just run this by enter. So brilliant, isn't it? Everything is done. And the Microsoft Visual Studio is again open in front of you. It has automated the process to such an extent that it has not only created all these 3 projects and added the 3 projects to the solution by creating the solution first, and added the project reference wherever it is necessary, and then open the Visual Studio also for you, isn't it? So if you like this video, please subscribe, click on the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification icon, and put your comments and share this video with as many people as possible.